Good morning, Lighthouse families. I hope you've had a wonderful start to the week and that you had a good weekend this past weekend. We are eagerly and excitedly awaiting the arrival of your children next week. We are very busy this week doing the final last minute preparations to make sure that we are ready and prepared to keep your child safe and secure during these unusual times. We've had a few questions, so I wanted to take a minute again and just answer a few questions I've had. A number of parents have asked about picking up materials or what apps and things they need for distance learning. On Thursday, we will be having pickup for our elementary students that are distance learning. During this pickup time, they will be picking up any books that they need. They will also be getting a sheet of paper that tells them exactly the technology information they need to know about logging into their account here at school, also what apps and services they will need in Google to make sure that they can do the things they need to and interact with the teachers and students as they need to. So that will be coming out Thursday. We will have pickup times on Thursday between 2 and 6, and that's where you will then get everything that you need for distance learning. Each week we will have times where you can submit work to the teachers and then pick up anything additional you would need. You will also be able to do that via email, so your teacher will be communicating some of those specifics with you as well. Also with this, there will be a distance learning agreement that we'll need each of you to sign and complete, both the student and the parent. Just giving some guidelines for this process so we can make sure we keep this as orderly as possible, and to make sure that you understand your role and responsibility, and you also understand what we will be giving during these times as well. There's also, starting today, going to be a handbook for the elementary that is placed in RimWeb, so you can go into the resource documents for RimWeb and see that, so you know up to date what's happening. If you've been in Lighthouse before, not much has changed except for the COVID-related policies, and those have already been highlighted in some previous communication. And if you still have questions about those, let me know, and we will be sure to get that to you as soon as possible. Next week, don't forget that Monday will be the day for all of our on-campus students. Tuesday will be the day for all of our distance learning students. And on each of those days, we will be focusing on just those students to make sure we get them set up and acclimated exactly as they need to. Wednesday will be the actual first day that we have all of it put together, and we're working together with both those in-class and those distance learning. With those that are distance learning, don't forget that you will initially need to use your own device. We will have devices arriving by the end of September or the beginning of October. And we will have devices for all students at that point, whether they're in class or distance learning, that they can use for the educational process. So make sure that you're aware of that. One final question that I've heard a lot about is the drop-off and pickup times in the morning and evenings. One thing I would encourage you as parents to do is to give yourself a few extra minutes for that drop-off procedure time, because we will be taking temperatures, we will be doing a health screening, just like we do at the preschool and other buildings. So make sure you give yourself an extra minute or two to get that done. Also, drop-off time will still be as normal like it was last year. Certainly, we're encouraging parents to utilize that as little as possible, and to try to drop off your kids as we're getting closer to the school day. We will be excusing tardies, especially as we're getting these new routines and things in place. But we're hopeful that within a few days, that things will be running smoothly like clockwork, both with drop-off and with pickup. So just give us time and be patient with us as we're working through that. I know there will be some frustrations, but we'll definitely try to make this as pain-free as possible. I hope you know how much we appreciate you as parents, and if there's anything that we can do over these coming days to help make sure that you are ready or have your questions answered, then please let me know. In the coming days, the teachers will be reaching out to you and giving you just the basic information of the schedule, what time they'll be on video each day. They'll also be taking time to introduce themselves to you and answering questions you have. So look for those emails or those things coming out in the coming days as well. Thank you again for entrusting your young ones to us. We so appreciate the partnership we have with you, and we hope that you have a wonderful week.